question. So the 4 Phakwa spin at the same speed as the Tai Chi in the center. Yes. Okay. We want to spin the Phakwa have enough speed of we call 67,000 miles per hour at the Earth spin, so it can be creating a frequency. How can the young later heaven Phakwa influence our incarnation? In the Tao practice, we don't talk about a lot of reincarnation. We're going to address that later on, about the immortality part. Okay, can you give us the sample of how to read the cosmic DNA number? Show us on the diagram. So okay, so in the you scored out in the first page. So when you scored out in the first page, and in the in this page, they write cosmic DNA number, and you start on the right side, right to left. There is the Chinese start on the right to left. So in here, the start on the right side, and it's the same channel of the year. If you look at the year, go all the way down, and that is the beginning. Cosmic DNA number. Don't look at the below. Below is no. Below is the quark. So you look at the upper part, 27367139. Okay? Okay. Now, how do we practice with the cosmic number during the fusion? Okay, we did few times already. I do it again. The cosmic DNA number is our own number, or we call the number that the universe, the cosmos, have with us. So any creation, as I told you that every human have one DNA. Every animal, every species have one different DNA. And every insect have a different DNA. So when we're born, we have a DNA number in the universe. It's just like if you go to embassy and you have no passport and you cannot remember it. And they say, I am the citizen of your country. And so where your ID? No ID. No. So you chant the Pakwa and you feel frequency go out. And you Tai Chi, you feel a frequency go out and you make connection. Now you chant the cosmic DNA number. It's a password. You go into, you connect, they ask, and you go in, they ask you a password. That's all. You have no password. They say, I don't know you. When you go up to the universe, they say, who are you? I don't know. I have no DNA number. Yeah. That is how you pray. There, 8 billion, nearly 8 billion people pray to God. Oh my God, you know, that is an incredible number. You have to have your DNA number, and God will listen to you. Okay. Okay. Now, so let's finish what we do before we take a break. So we work on the emotional. I like the Tao theory is balancing. Okay. And we call the PS balance negative positive imbalance. You know, in the breathing, the science of the breathing, you have to balancing the oxygen and CO2. So all the Tao practice emphasize in holding. When you a lot of time our CO2 and oxygen not balanced, now give us a bad health. So yin yang mean negative positive balance. Like when people can keep it balanced, the negative positive keep it balanced. We call a good EQ, emotional wisdom, the emotional, EQ.
Where are you?
That means you balance. When the people are not balanced, sometimes they get so angry, so extreme, and one time they get so happy and crazy like that. So they're not balanced. So when you balance, negative, positive equal. So you only keep balance when the negative are a little bit out of balance. You bring them down. And check. That's all. You don't have to be Mr. Perfect. You don't get angry. You don't. No, Tao say no. You don't have to be the holy man. People cannot be only I never sin, I never get angry, I never do any bad. No. In the Tao said You don't like, I don't like you, it's okay. But you don't let that I don't like you turn to angry and hatred and very extreme angry, very extreme hatred. Now it's too long of our balance. So the Tao said, keep it balanced. It's much easier for everybody. You don't have to be the holy man, don't have to be Mr. Perfect, and you never get angry, never have emotional. No, not the Taoist way. So that is a PS balance. But negative grow faster than the positive. So you need time to make a negative and positive in balance. And you agree with me that this is much easier in your life. Keep it balanced. Negative positive balance, you easier in your life. Okay, so that is the emotional part. So you see, when you in balance, you feel good. When you try to be good, no, you cannot do it. You know. So when we get angry, or very emotional, it hurt our organs. And we deal with this emotional in our life long, quite a long time. I believe that the Tao practice are more practical because you go in to make the organ work as one team, and because in the Tao belief that organs store negative emotion. The conflict is start in ourselves inside and ready and get outside. So the Tao said uh, when you get angry, hatred, frustration, or do something bad, you cannot blame on other people because you cannot control yourself and find a balance of yourself. We're gonna talk this one and we're gonna finish the practice. That what we left before we take a a lunch. Uh, this is the gate of death and life, or we call it the gate of life and death. We say a three gate, three opening in the below. So this we call closing the three yin. So in the woman, the first yin is the vagina. Actually, women have vagina and urethra. The second yin is anus. And the third yin is the opening of the cervix. Now, closing to yin is a conscious practice. And this is what the Tao theory. Now, in the we call the sexual opening, like the vagina and the urethra and the cervix. Is always leaking out a sexual energy. For men is the opening of the penis and the anus opening. Now another major opening we call the opening of the prostate gland. The prostate gland have an opening that the prostate gland have a urethra go right to the prostate gland. And in the near the middle of the prostate gland, there are the seminal duct from the prostate gland go into this urethra, the tract. And the sperm also go right into this opening. So I blow up for you to see here. So you see here the bladder and urethra coming through, but in the middle here they have two insert of the seminal fluid and the sperm. There's I think four, both sides four coming out. So this is the male young gate. Young gate. So now how to close them? So let's try. You cannot use force. You have to just lightly aware of it and think it close, and you started to feel, hey, I feel it closing. When you do it right, you feel that the energy suddenly come back a lot. So now, so the Tao theory is like this. The sexual opening and the sexual opening, because when the sexual opening, the sexual energy always leak out. When the energy come out, when you have opening, the sexual energy is going to leak out, and we call it, and it's waiting to combine with something. So we know as sexual desire. and it's when somebody, so they say sex sex sell, using sex to combine with the advertising and product. So it sell. That's all. So sexy picture, sexy body, or sexy thing. Now and after that, you link them into a product. Now when they see sexy thing, the sexual energy come out and it activate the sexual desire, and you link into the product. Now you have to buy it because of the sexual desire. And they leak out from the sexual open. And the sexual temptation, that is big trouble problem. And listed as what we call by sin, big sin. But no matter what, you change their mind, but don't practice this closing of the sexual energy and bring them back into the perineum and transform it. They will be always leak out. The sexual energy will always leak out. Now, anus is the leaking out of the organ emotional energy. When we have negative emotional, and it come out in the, we call the cavity, and it leak out into the anus. So the Tao said, when we have too much leak, we're gonna run out of energy. Emotional come from the organ and it manifests in the senses. And in the face, it manifests out. And too much sexual energy leaking, emotional, it leak out to the anus. Okay, so you understand this and you try. So let's try. Very simple, nothing more. First thing, you have to have the vagina and the anus is easy to close. The opening of the penis and the anus is easy to close. You just think about it, lightly contract, that's all, lightly, very lightly contract. Your smile and your eye lightly contract, and your eye lightly contract, and you lightly contract the anus and the vagina and the penis. Now, for the cervix, the mouth of the cervix, here, the mouth of the cervix here. You have to be, you see the picture and you think about that, okay? In sometimes people cannot feel it. I say they can use the growth. They can use the growth, and you reach in the anus, but you push it. You press them into the front, so that when your finger come in here and you press to the front here, that is the anus. Here is the anus here, and here is the mouth of the cervix. The same thing in man. The same thing in man. When you get the finger out and you go to the front, and there is the prostate gland. When you feel the prostate gland, you think about the urethra, the one that comes from the bladder. It goes right to the prostate gland, and that is the in the center of the prostate gland. That is the opening of the yang gate, opening of the So just try anus, penis, vagina, close. The eye help a lot. The eye, when you lightly contract your eye, when very slowly pull your eye in and you feel it contracting, very gentle. Man, think about the prostate gland, the center of the prostate gland. There are tube, and there are seminal fluid coming out, and the sperm, the sperm duct coming out. That is the connection there. You close them. Mind is the mind. Lady, think about your uterus and the cervix, and close the cervix. And sit for a moment. Let's see that how you feel. Okay, because some people will feel, hey, suddenly you feel a lot of energy coming back, and you can realize that how much we leak out all this energy all the time.
You want another square of chocolate?
Smile. You have to be more visualization to be actualization.
What kind?
You see? So when I think about my anus, I close. So you have to see and feel your anus, okay? See and feel your anus. So where your the gland penis opening of the penis, the urine out, you lightly close it.
Yeah.
Lady, aware the vagina, lightly contract and close it. Eye is the key. Very gentle pull in. And you don't use force. Don't use muscle force. Okay? Now you think about the cervix. Uterus and cervix, and lightly close it. Your mouth, eye and mouth help when you lightly suck your mouth and eye in. Lightly suck your mouth and your eye in, and you feel it started to close. And you hold it. Tongue up.
Sorry?
You feel energy. A lot of energy. Your tongue up, sometimes the energy starts to vibrate and saliva starts to come out. when you feel the saliva coming out and it's sweet and fragrant, it beginning turn into elixir. The saliva that you get actually is the sexual energy that you are